Hey, Gen Z squad, let's talk money. You guys are making history as the first digital natives, and it's no secret that your financial habits are shaping up differently than previous generations. With the oldest of you all hitting college age, banks are taking notice and want to tap into your financial future. But, let's face it, navigating finances isn't always easy, especially with the recession and housing crisis still fresh in your minds. But, no worries, you're crushing it. Studies show that 2/3 of you have already opened a bank account and are taking financial education seriously. But with the stress of college savings, job hunting, renting, and paying off debt, it's important to stay financially savvy and make informed decisions. Let's get into it and see how Gen Z is tackling money differently than previous generations. We'll also explore some tips and tricks that Gen Z can use to stop wasting their money and start building their financial future. To start off, let's talk about the spending habits of Gen Z. As a generation, we're known for our love of instant gratification and social media. But did you know that our spending habits are also shaped by our experiences growing up in a world of technology and economic uncertainty? Growing up during the Great Recession, we've seen the impact of financial struggles on our families and are therefore more conscious of our spending. This has led to a tendency to prioritize saving over spending. However, the accessibility of online shopping and the pressure of social media to keep up with the latest trends can make it hard to stick to a budget. It's important to understand our spending habits and find a balance between enjoying the present and planning for the future. Another factor to consider is the influence of technology on our spending habits. With the rise of e-commerce, it's easier than ever to make purchases at the click of a button. This convenience can lead to impulse buying and overspending. On the other hand, technology also provides tools and resources to help us better manage our finances, such as budgeting apps and investment platforms. Finally, let's talk about the role of social media in shaping Gen Z's spending habits. Social media has created a culture of comparison and constant consumption. From sponsored ads to influencer marketing, we're bombarded with messages to buy the latest products and experiences. It's important to be aware of these influences and make conscious spending decisions based on our own values and needs, rather than being swayed by outside pressures. So, what are some common money wasters that we need to watch out for? Well, there are a lot, but here are some of the biggest culprits. Impulse buying. We're living in a world of distractions and social media temptation, and it can be tough to stay on track with our finances. It's easy to get caught up in the latest trend or feel the pressure to keep up with our peers, but giving into these temptations can have negative impacts on our wallets. Social media is constantly bombarding us with ads, products, and companies making it tough to spend wisely. Gen Z especially struggles with impulse spending, thanks to the ease of seeing a pair of shoes on TikTok, using an influencer's promo code, and making a purchase in just a few clicks. Before clicking that buy button, take a moment to really think about your purchase. Add the item to your cart and wait a couple of hours or even a day or two. This way, you can figure out if it's an impulsive splurge or something you really want. I recommend taking a screenshot or favoriting the item, then come back at the end of the day or week to see if it's still something you really want. Trust me, your bank account will thank you. Another common money waster is holding large credit card balances. You know what they say, less is more when it comes to using your plastic for expenses. But, a recent survey by Investopedia found that 1/3 of Gen Z respondents lack financial knowledge fundamentals, like managing debt. And it looks like that lack of knowledge is showing up in the numbers. Credit score company VantageScore reported that balances for this generation have increased 30% year-on-year, compared to just an 11% increase among other demographics. The reason? Inflation. And Gen Z incomes are not keeping up with the cost of living. So, remember, use your credit card to your advantage, not the credit card companies. Eating out is another common money waster. Gen Zs are all about convenience, am I right? I mean, who wants to spend time in the kitchen when you can just grab a quick bite on the go? Whether it's a fast food joint or just grabbing a snack at a gas station, it's all good in our book. But, let's keep it real, convenience comes at a cost, and these spots charge premium prices for that instant gratification. So think twice before digging into that next dollar menu burger. Instead, why not try whipping up some meals at home? Not only is it healthier, but it'll also save you some major money in the long run. So, grab those grocery bags and let's get cookin'. Lastly, let's talk about live events. We're talking about a trend among Gen Z where they prefer experiences over ownership. And while that's not always a bad thing, it's important to consider when it comes to building wealth and being financially responsible. Sure, spending money on experiences can give you amazing memories and valuable lessons. But it's important to remember that these experiences are temporary, unlike tangible objects that tend to have a longer lifespan. And let's be real, splurging on concerts and events can quickly drain your entertainment budget. So, it's all about finding the right balance between experiences and ownership. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments. Now, let's dive into some practical tips for smart spending and investing. First and foremost, it's important to have a budget. Budgeting wisely can help you avoid living paycheck to paycheck. Money that comes in, goes out for the majority of young people. After all, the cost of living is rising, thanks to inflation. By creating a budget, you can track all your expenses and get a clear picture of your spending habits. And once you know where your money is going, you can start making cuts on the unnecessary stuff. But wait, there's more. Budgeting just got a whole lot easier with the help of budgeting apps. No more complicated calculations or guesswork. These apps make budgeting a breeze and give you the power to manage your money like a pro. Another tip for smart spending is to find ways to watch your spending. You can't manage your money unless you keep track of what you're spending. The two are inextricably linked. A good way to keep track of your spending is to ask yourself whether the item you want to buy is a necessity or a desire. A need must be met immediately, but a want does not have to be met immediately. A budget will help you keep track of how you spend your money, allowing you to make better financial decisions. Investing is a key part of building a strong financial foundation. Whether you're splurging on a high-yield savings account or a low-cost index fund with a few bucks a month, the more you invest today, the better your financial future will be. As you become more familiar with investing, you can consider other options such as stocks, bonds, and real estate. Yes, investing comes with a degree of risk, but if you spread your investments out and diversify your portfolio, you're setting yourself up for success. So why settle for just getting by today when you could be well on your way to a wealthier tomorrow? Lastly, be mindful of your debt. Isn't it true that it's easier said than done? Absolutely. However, it is not impossible. Living within your means is the simplest way to avoid falling into debt. You may have to incur debt due to unanticipated expenses, but you should avoid using debt to fund your lifestyle. Keep an eye on your overdraft and credit card balances, and make monthly payments to pay off any debts you may have. Well guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you found these tips helpful and are ready to take control of your money. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. And, as always, let me know in the comments what you want to see next. See you in the next video.